Born and raised in Dena, Altadena, Pasadena, same city to me. Oh, so you want me to go back to prove that I'm really from Dena? All right, first of all, I went to our house on Allen. Then I went to Burbank Elementary on Allen. Then I went to Elliott. Then I went to Marshall. Then I went to Elliott. Then I went to Pasadena High School. After Pasadena High School, I went to Southern University in Baltimore. I actually ran track there. And I came back to Pasadena for a reason. Like my sister had an issue with some guy at Southern. He put his hands on her, and I found him, and I beat him up really bad. So my mom didn't want me involved in all that, those issues at Southern. So I came back here and went to Mount Sac. Started playing football, and had a scholarship to go to Baker University in Kansas, but I turned that down because I had an opportunity to pursue rapping. When a friend of mine was going on tour, and he asked me if I wanted to go on tour and just be like his hype man. You know, that was Razcast, rapper Razcast. Yeah, and my girlfriend at the time, her sister has children by Razcast, so it was just the irony of like right place, right time type shit. And I couldn't say no to Frankfurt, Germany, you know. My sister was the really traveled one when we were growing up, because she was playing basketball and traveling China, all over the world playing ball. And so I always knew that was possible through watching her travel. And when the opportunity came, I'm like, parents ain't gotta pay for this shit. I ain't gotta pay for it. I'm on that plane to Germany. He was hot. It was like early 2000s, and he was, you know, still signed over to I think it was Priority, and he had some good shit. He had some good shit, but that, like, I don't know. One thing that I learned was like the universe, you know, and God, along with your actions, will, you know, provide certain messages and certain signs for you to take heed to and take advantage of in life. And I didn't know it at the time, but like all those things in my mind, now that I look back in hindsight, were like these things were happening to me. He was going to jail, and I was at a Faith Evans video shoot, and I met a guy named Dougie D, and that in turn, you know, he thought I was the game. He was looking for the game, and he eventually ended up hooking me up. But like, I had the time to be on that video shoot because Razcast was in jail. I wasn't running around with him. So that's when things like that happen. Like, it kind of opens up a new door for you to, you know, to go into, a new direction for you to, you know, go into. And I didn't know it at the time, but him going to jail actually, you know, kind of made me come into my own, you know. Because I never created a solo project before that. That was cool. It was great. It was a great experience. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we go through things, and as an experience for us to grow and learn, and to help us get to another level. And I have this saying, abandon everything that you've outgrown. I think that I just outgrew what I was doing over there with Black Wall Street. And I think now it's blood money, whatever. And yeah, it was good. I mean, I traveled the world. I've been to 38 countries around the world, opening up, you know, for game, performing, and had a lot of fun. Like, I live like a fucking rock star. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Now on the bigger and better things, more lucrative things, because that really didn't pay well. It was just for the experience, you know. Now, I am more on the film and television side, but I'm still on the music side. So opportunities are coming, to me as an actor, as a writer as well. So I'm writing my first screenplay. It's loosely based around my life. So I'm gonna tell that story, and then of course I'm gonna do the soundtrack, and I'm gonna score the whole thing. And I'm just taking my time with that because film and television, like, art is forever, and I just want to make sure that I have that right. So right now I'm working on, a screenplay and a new album, might I add. Basically, first break down the barriers. The most ridiculous thing in the world, and I've been in and around it since I was born, is gangbanging. As a whole, but then in Pasadena and Altadena, because you got people that grow up together, that go to the boys club together, that go to elementary school together, that grow up hating each other because you don't see somebody for 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 years and they're down the hill, you know what I'm saying? So now when you see them and they have these, bright colors on and you have a different color on, you just instantly say, like, you have a problem with them. And I think that's so stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that we struggle with as a community here in Pasadena and Altadena all our lives. And there's been a lot of bloodshed. So I think that is the reason why it's so hard to stop that hate or break that chain of self-slavery, you know what I'm saying, and black on black violence, is because, and also, like, there's nobody that'll really address it or talk about it. Like, there's people that are famous, you know what I'm saying, enough to have a voice and make people listen or pay attention at least, like, I don't know, like, you got people like Stacey Ogden, you know what I'm saying, who's one of the most successful people to come out of this city. But I don't think it's beneath him. I just think not only him, but people like him that are famous that could just say that there still is a problem. You know what I'm saying? There still is a gang violence problem in Pasadena, whether or not people want to address it or not. And it's hindering us as a community. So, I mean, that's what we could do as a community. I say start there. It's just a really awesome city, man. It has like it's weird. It has a weird dichotomy of, like, how can I say it? A city that has a lot of traffic, and then depending on the little pockets you go to in Pasadena, you can just find streets where no cars come down. And a lot of, up in Altadena, it feels like a town. Everybody knows each other. You got these small little, these small businesses, these small business owners, and everybody for the most part is really respectful to each other. But it's like really chill up here. And low key, like, at the top of every year, the city gets really, really, really busy, I think it's like everything else you do in life. When you're born, what does a child know? The child knows nothing. It takes every day that child is going to learn. Then eventually, he or she will be able to coo, start crawling. After you start crawling, you start walking. After you start walking, you start running. It's like anything in life. That's a natural process. So getting into entertainment, I think before people see or say that it's something hard to do, you just gotta know that you gotta put your work in. You gotta pay your dues in anything you do, anywhere you go. You want some grass to grow, you gotta plant a seed first. That's just a universal law in life. You can't just start with something, a tree just being a tree. Shit has to grow. So, once you get into entertainment and, fill it out and see what direction you want to go in. Just keep working hard, having fun and working hard, and you'll get to where you're trying to go. I don't think it's hard at all. So my future goals are to write and produce and star in my own screenplay, my own movie. Write and not produce, but write and perform the soundtrack. And I want to get it to some of the big film festivals. Ultimately, like that's like a goal, like an 18th month, 12-month goal for myself. And I have a single deal that I'm about to, I'm close to signing, so I can't wait for that, because I know I still have a lot of fans out there. The last project I put out was 2012, Castaway, which is still on iTunes now. It did good, it was on ESPN, Power 106, for a while, for a long time. So just art, my goals are like to continue to create art and be free and, kind of see what's out there, but not really pay attention to what anybody else is doing. Just let it come from my soul and who I am, and it'll be great.